Wow. We talked about it last night, division football. We knew Tennessee was a very well-coached, physical, tough team, very tough to beat. Have a lot of respect for them. And just to win a division road game, we expected a war, and that's what it was. I think the thing that was most satisfying was it was just a complete team effort. All three phases contributing to it. Great team win, division road win. That's a big start for us.
Frank, can you take us through the decision process, thought process on the fourth implementations?
It really wasn't much of a decision. I never even considered anything else other than going for it. Just thought since we had the timeouts, it made sense to try to draw them off sides. I figured we weren't going to get them. But at that point, with the confidence in our offensive line, the confidence in Jacoby, he's a pretty big, strong guy as well, there was no chance we weren't going for that.
It's hard to tell. Who did you kind of get behind?
It was really behind Kelly and Quentin. Yeah.
Frank, you make the call knowing that they're in field goal range if you don't get it. You see that? You said that had to cross your mind a little bit.
No, never. I'm not trying to sound like a tough guy, but it really didn't cross my mind. That's just we have a lot of confidence in the offensive line, and yeah, there was never any thought of anything else.
Did you see anything from Jordan Wilkins this week that indicated you might have a day like this?
Yeah, Jordan looked great. I've seen it the whole offseason. He's looked good, and of course, just getting back from his injury. He played last week, but we didn't want to put any running back reps on him last week. And then today, with the weather being as hot as it was, there was just a little bit more natural rotation, and Jordan took advantage of that.
What's your level of concern now with him?
I have zero concern. We hit the upright on the one. You guys probably saw the first one. It was not a good operation. The snap and hold was not clean. I've held for kicks them out. The ball barely got on the ground. It was not clean. And, so it is what it is. But zero concern.
Did the Titans take away the downfield passing game today?
They did a good job. Dean Peace and Coach Vrabel they're very good. We have a lot of respect for these guys, and they did a good job of mixing the coverages. They did take some down the field throws. We got the one early where we got the pass interference. We had a couple other things that we wanted to get to that we never got to, but I just give them a lot of credit. They played good defense.
Did you get the interior pressure that you guys were kind of missing last week? Danico?
Yeah, again, 4 sacks today. Danico with 2. Just felt like the defense overall today, I just think, really played well in all phases. I think they were 1 for 10 on third down. So if you're a defense and you hold an opponent, especially that kind of an opponent, to 1 for 10 on third down, you should win that game.
Willis is a guy you guys have had a lot of confidence in. How big is it for a rookie in that situation to make a third down stop?
Yeah, it's huge. But what we've seen that from him, he's practiced well. It's funny. For a rookie and a young guy, he has a maturity level about him that you just trust him. You trust him to make those kind of plays.
Hey Frank, I apologize if you addressed this already, but when you talk about Benny with 7 missed kicks in the last 3 games, is there any concern from you? And I apologize if you touched.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, no, there's no concern. I just mentioned that the first kick was the operation wasn't clean, and I didn't think he got a really good look at it. The second one hits the upright.
Last year, you didn't open up the offense for luck into the season as it went along. Is that how many percent right now? Is that why so many balls are so small?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Greg. I didn't hear the first part of it. That was my fault.
Last year, luck didn't really go downfield.
Oh, yeah.
Early.
Right.
It grew. Is that happening again with percent? Is that why he's mainly?
Yeah, no, that's a very good question, and that is true. Last year, that was not. We tried to, we went down the field early on the one, really had plans of going down the field more often than we did in this game, and never got to it. So that was one of the things that we were going to make a conscious effort to do in this game plan, was get the ball down the field a little bit more, be aggressive in that regard. And at times we did call stuff to go downfield, and they had it covered, and we checked it down. I thought Jacoby did a good job with the check down game, and we talked about that. In their play action, they really read and react well to the play action. We fooled them on the one and got behind them and got a big play. The other ones, they played pretty well, and we end up checking it down and still get positive plays.
Well, going back to our 4th down call, Frank, how much of a luxury is it having a guy the size of Jacoby? You guys went earlier, quarterback sneak, and then last week, if I'm not mistaken, and then,
No, it's a factor. You're right. It's definitely a factor. He's a strong guy. But the biggest factor is those guys up front. We just have a lot of confidence in them.
Is that second half, even after they kind of slowed you down a little bit in that part of the game?
Yeah, and that's exactly why we stick with the run. You know, we, of course, learned our lesson last week by doing that and doing that well. That played into it today, you know, and then we break the long one. I was just a little bit disappointed that we couldn't end the game with the ball in our hands. You know, we went after we made the one first down, I think it was. Then, you know, we had a punt there at the end. Really had a vision and a mind for us making a first down there. We take a lot of pride in ending the game with the ball in our hand, but thankfully our defense came up and made the stop.
Okay, last one here.
I remember last year in that Houston game, you said you probably shouldn't have called a timeout on that fourth down. You called a timeout today, you still went for it. What was the thinking on that one?
I was so confident that we were going to make it on the sneak that even though I knew once we broke the huddle and did the no-brainer play that they probably weren't going to jump, I just had that much confidence. I wanted to make sure we got it right and everyone was on the same page. We got the right mindset and understood what was at stake and what was on the line, and so that was why.
Okay,
Thank you.
guys.